Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and welcome back to an episode of me and my body bag. Doing the locomotion, apparently. And what other random nonsense I've happened to come out with at the time. This level has been, excuse me, getting on for 4 hours now, which is a lot more than I expected. I think I assumed that when I heard about tiny rooms and after I played the first one, they would all be quite brief. But apparently, no. So, it's not that the level's outstayed its welcome yet. I mean, that hasn't happened in the past with other levels, where I've got to the point where I'm like, so, that's enough of this. Oh dear, that's not looking good, is it? I'm getting the barrels are feeling mutinous. There we go. I think we've got enough room to just do a double stack rather than triple. Oh, you're all going to be like it, are you? Oh, I see. Oh, really? Is that how it's going to be from now on? Is it? Well, let's clarify your. It's always you ones, isn't it? Well, it's always you stripy ones that are the worst problem. Yeah, always feeling a bit uppity, aren't you? There, double stack should be sufficient. Sufficient. That's my word for both fine and sufficient. For you know what I mean. Yeah. So, oh god. Yes, as I was saying, I've had levels before where I've got to the point where I've gone, you know what? I think I need to finish this now, and we're getting there with this one, but not quite because of the variety that I mentioned before in doing different stuff all the time. Where's my flare? There we go. Let's reduce some of the. Come on. Reduce some of the garbage in there. There we go. You big box can go over here. This room isn't actually that much left to do in here, really. It looks a little crowded, but it's actually not that bad. There's another body in here, isn't there? There's another one lurking over here. So it's actually okay. We've got some crap in here, but oh, okay. You surprised me, game. You've gone back a little bit further. What is that over there? What is that red splodge on the wall over there? Hold on. Where's that? Is there a spare light here? There's a spare light. There we go. What is in here? Is that another door back there? Oh, it's like graffiti or something on the wall. I can see that red mark there, like triangle. I wonder what the heck it was. Okay, so game, you have surprised me. It is a little bit bigger in here than I expected, but the great stackathon continues over here. Obviously, I do a little bit of stuff off screen. I don't try to do everything. I don't show you everything. You'd go insane as quickly as I am. There we go. But yeah, we're getting to the point now where I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, okay, we should get this done. I think this session is what we need to get this finished. But we're not getting to the point where everything left is just stacking or anything. I think this is probably the last body. I think there's probably one more area with lots of bodies in, with a few bodies in, which is over here. To my left, I don't want to look around because Sticky here will make a goddamn mess everywhere if I do, and I need to get things off the shelves and sort those out. Well, maybe I don't need to, but yeah, we've got to this in here, which is a short room. In fact, in hindsight, probably it was better to do this one before doing this one, but that's okay. Sticky's made a mess. There we go. Over here. At least we're also getting to the point where there's a free bin. Oh, it actually said Sticky for a second. Twitch frou. What if I put my thing really somewhere really handy, didn't I? I put my bucket somewhere really helpful. Also, I've got a new place to live, little chair. Come with me. There we go. We have a little seating area over here when you want a bit of a rest after your hard day of being a businessman. Killed in the basement. Yes, right. Okay, more dynamite. Okay. Let's start to get this sorted out. Well, the serial killer appears to have caught this last guy while he was carrying over here, possibly graffitiing on the wall. Maybe they're all secret graffiti artists. That's why the graffiti's around here. These businessmen have been sneaking off. They've got a little club going during their time off. They get bored from all their business dealing and everything else, and they go off and they do a little bit of mild graffiti in the corridors. And authorities have caught up with them and iced a lot, because that's the only way to deal with graffiti artists. One of the worst crimes known to humanity. Exactly. It's just red paint, me. You can't wash that off. Who was this over here? Who was our late aspiring Banksy? Boone Quavacasa? You know, it wasn't your best work over there, Boone. The worst of it all, Boone. Oh, it's Bob. He's a Bob acolyte. The worst of it all, Boone, is that I'm going to now remove your last piece of work through the medium acid. Oh, actually, what happened there? That was weird. It didn't do anything. Did I break it against the wrong thing? Okay, that's a bit odd. I don't know what to do about that. I'll have to fix that in a minute, maybe. I don't know. Again, they're being very generous here with the lights, which is nice. I expect to be struggling more with lights than this, but no, there's plenty in here. It's just a matter of a lot of crap to clear up and then lug away. I think if it was a quicker, shorter route to the exit... Oops, that's not what I wanted. It'll be easier to get all these white boxes out of here as well. God damn it. Come on, you can go in here. Let's try this again without the failure, shall we? Oh, that worked, okay. Don't know why that one worked, but the previous one didn't. But that's fine. That's most of the stuff out of here, I think, really, apart from the... obviously, the huge number of boxes and things. And another one of these. I don't think I've just seen enough of these medical things to fill them all up. Which is a little worrying. There we go. Alright, let's go and stick this storage of, I don't know what, family size set of skis? What's in here? I don't know. Extra long spaghetti? It's awkward, whatever it is. Right, executive decision time. These white boxes, they're not getting stacked. Well, maybe some of the small ones, but that one certainly won't. And also, anything this size is not going to get stacked either. It's been a long run on this one, and I'm not got the patience to be farting around with these. That room's starting to get quite full over there. Let's put Boone in here for some reason directly rather than putting him in a bucket. Never mind. Yeah, in fact, let's. We're nearly at the point of putting the rest of the ones in there now. We've got this to go as well, so let's get this done because yeah, it's been a long haul. This one. Who's this? Mariana Puddingbridge. A relation maybe to the other one. Who knows? There we go. Yes. Tiring. Anyway, I said my last session last time and I had to take a break. So my last session plus my last session, which is now. So there we go. I remember what I was talking about before though, which is... Hold on. Do I dare do any flares in this? Do I dare do a flare? Is there another... dynamite around here somewhere? I think we'll be alright. Let's I thought I left the flare over here somewhere. There's one. There you go, see? Oh, look at my brain working what it's supposed to do. Anyway, yeah, what I was nattering on about was oh, something's going to vanish through the floor. Good. One less thing for me to clean up. Was about the internal voice in films and the thoughts of the character. In fact, life just gifted me with a perfect example. It was something I just saw on telly. I'd be having something to watch after lunch, which was an old favourite of mine, a rework of a short story, a sci-fi short story. The original short story being called Life Hutch, which is by Harlan Ellison, one of the greatest sci-fi authors of all time, sadly no longer with us. Fairly recently, I think, probably as well. Look up Harlan Ellison's work, and you will discover many, many great things. Stories by himself, but also writing for other things, pretty much for Star Trek and things like that as well. Writing for other medium other than his own stories. A brilliant, brilliant author. Anyway, and Life Hutch is one that I've read. I won't remember every detail of it anymore, but I have read it many times. I've been part of... do I have a bucket around here somewhere? Part of many sci-fi short stories collections that I've read in the past. And, you know, come on, you get these things and you get the same stories going around and again because they're so good. In collections. because collections don't always have themes, they're just generally, you know, a collection of good stories. And in Life Hutch, it's a moderately... there's intellectual... Sci-fi stories vary in how in depth they are, but a lot of them were fairly well thought out in terms of a plot and an aim, and maybe not the characters weren't always fleshed out. It varied. Why did I put that in there? It varied how much characters were fleshed out in these things, depending on who the author was. But in this case, a fairly intellectual puzzle. A lot of sci-fi short stories are basically akin, Fabio Delwood, to the detective agencies, because the early sci-fi writers, you know, sci-fi was made up, essentially, wasn't it, really? It was a made-up genre. It just appeared out of the public's general fascination. I don't really want to get Barrel. The public's general fascination with space and the future, you know, not just from the 60s and the moon landing before that. And I don't talk about the really early sci-fi stories, you know, some of the ones that get claimed as the first sci-fi story written ever. Not that, I mean just the general trend of the golden age of sci-fi, Asimov's and the like, and the rest. And Asimov being a good case, these stories were authors who were very familiar with the detective genre as being a big genre of the time, and a lot of the time, as I say, these stories had a similar fit to them. There was a thing to be solved, often a problem, often with, and obviously Asimov's was often to do with robots, but not all of them by any means. The Ugly Little Boy is a very famous one by Asimov, which is more about the nature of humanity and also time travel, as well as experimentation and science, which is a good one. Look up that one if you ever want to. That's probably been turned into an Outer Limits or something like that at some point. I don't know, but look up The Ugly Little Boy. That's a good story, a good sci-fi story. All these recommendations I'm giving you, I've been making notes about this. Anyway, Life Hutch is again a puzzle, and the gist of the story is that there is the Life Hutch in general is a rescue module. It's a safe house. It is someone, a pilot of some sort, I think possibly in some sort of fight in the original one, has been injured, and he crash lands on this planet. And luckily enough, there is a life hutch there, and the life hutches are designed as sort of remote, presumably drop-off outposts or something like that, for people who are, you know, spacers who are injured. It's somewhere to hide out or stay safe until rescue comes for you, is the idea. Hutch is an interesting word, isn't it? Hutch obviously suggests it's like you think like animal hutches normally, but I don't know where the hutch is. That's the idea, like a life raft, I guess, is part of the idea. Anyway, so this guy goes in here to stay safe, and something has gone terribly wrong. There is I actually know it's not. I'm not sure it's actually a free-form robot. It might just be a robotic system within the life hutch itself. Is this a dead one? No, it's not. I wasn't sure if that had fallen out of the barrel, or it was the previous bin, or it was just lying on the floor. Anyway, so it's gone wrong, and it's he doesn't originally realise that something's happened until he gets in there, and it's too late. And this thing has gone nuts. Something's gone wrong with its robo brain, and it's smashing things. Okay, it's smashing things, and it smashes him, hits him so hard, injures him terribly, knocks him flying backwards through this life hutch, and he lays there. I think he pretty loose. Start getting weird sound effects on here. I think he loses consciousness. What happens? And this thing is just like smashing the place up, and he comes to, and he's laying there really badly, even more injured now than he was before, and can't work out what the heck's going wrong. But all this is done through the monologue. There's no speaking like that. And maybe the guy curses out loud or something, but there's no one to talk to. He's just on his own there, trying to work this out. He's working through, and he gets about. Originally he's like, oh, thank goodness for the life hatch. I've come up with this idea. It's great. Yeah, it's a wonderful idea. And then he gets in there and he gets slammed by this thing. He can't work out why. What has gone wrong with this damn robot that it's doing things, and why did it attack him? And eventually, after a while, so if I'm ruining this for you, but what he works out is that he can see different things around the hand that are smashed. I think there might even be a clock in there. I don't think it says it's a digital clock or an analog clock or a digital clock. I can't remember. But the point is, it smashed the clock, and he finally works out what it is. A clock's a bit of a strange thing to have in this, but it's a story written for a long time ago. It's somehow triggered by movement. Come on, buddy, let's get you out of here while I tell this story to the dear viewer. Yeah, it smashes anything that's likely to move. So anything that's moving in there naturally, like a clock, it's not moving. It smashes it. Something's gone. This thing has gone completely out of control, and just something says attack things that move. And he came in and moved. But at this point, I think it's even the tiniest movement is what it does. I think he's lucky the way he's laying is what I remember. That if he'd been laying in a different manner, just the fact that he's breathing, the movement of his chest, or maybe that's hidden by his suit, I can't remember, even like tiny movements like that, will trigger this thing to go off. He's only not dead by luck of where he's landed. That's how bad it is. And he starts puzzling his way through about where to do it, and he realises that this thing, whatever it is, I think it is a free-form moving robot. Anyway, from what you discussed there, there's no point like, okay, I've got to smash this thing without moving, or it'll kill me. And I've only got so long because I'm badly injured. It's only a matter of time. If I fall asleep and I like twitch or something, or I do something like that, get young pants, good name. It's just going to kill me. And it's far too fast and far too strong for me to do anything about it. What the heck do I do? And then over time he realises that this... No, don't do that. This thing that it is, this... we need to get you out of here, device. This machine is not... What's that up there? Oh, it looked like a screen for a second, and I called it off of the corner of my eye. The thing that's running around that slammed him is not the brain, okay? It's just the machine part of the robot. The robot is the brain of the thing, which is obviously what's gone wrong and causing the problem because of time or something, or poor maintenance, or someone's just not designed it very well. Hello, organs down there. That's somewhere else. And I think he eventually, I can't remember how he does it. He works out. It's not going to come out yet. He works out where the brain must be, is what he does. And then from what I remember, he uses either a torch or a signalling laser or something, because he doesn't have to move it, just flicks it on and off to shine a light on the bulkhead where the brain is, and the thing reacts to the movement of the light, and it smashes it, and then he can get up and go away. Okay, and this is all done through monologue. It's all internal. It's all discussion of him working it out. It's only a short story, but it's very in depth. So there you go. It's a good story. It was very well done. I think it would have been hard to work. I think you're puzzling it along with him when you're doing it. The unnamed or person, I can't remember the name of the protagonist. You're puzzling along with him to work out what to do. And I saw recently I Love, Death and Robots, which is a series on Netflix, and I was quite excited because it was called Life Hutch, and I thought that's a distinctive name. It's got to be the same story, and it starts out with it's a CGI animated episode, and it starts off with the guy who's the pilot, and he says, I'm going to die in here, is what he says, which is one of the few things he ever says in the episode. And I thought, oh, this is very exciting. I'll see what they do with this. But how are they going to do the monologue of him puzzling it out? And the answer is they don't. It's the answer. So sorry again to spoil this for you. Skip ahead if you don't want it spoiled. But a lot of the general solutions are the same. But he works out that it's the movement. But of course you aren't told that because, except for the visual instance where the robot smashes the guy's helmet, and as the pieces of the helmet are skittering away, he smashing those as well. You've got like a robot vision view for a moment, and you know, it's obviously being triggered by the small pieces flying off, and that's what it's after. But it would have been nice to have, in this case, you don't want to treat your viewers like idiots, but in this case I think it would have been nice just for him to say something, or have some other obvious, like another test or something. But I guess they're keeping it to short time maybe, and they didn't want to take too long to explain it. Anyway, and I guess this story must have been with permission from, you know, Harlan's estate or whatever, or his children or whatever. The rights were sold to it, but it takes away some of the intellectual process of the solution of... What have I done with the bin? Did I have a bin? I've just thrown the bin away, haven't I? There's no bin left. Okay. Of the story. The monologue could not be implemented accurately, and the story could not be slow-paced enough, because there's a limited time on the creation of something like this. Although it was only a single set room, you could have done it live action as well, I think. Anyway, there's a limited time on it, and therefore they did it in this way. And the solution ended up the same, kind of, but not, I don't know. It was a shame. It was a shame, and this was just a classic case of things you can and cannot easily do with, oh, it's a big graffiti, I didn't realise it was spread out. Oh, don't! Can you not? Jamie! No. I don't know what he's heard outside. I have no idea. Are you going to interrupt every single recording I do from now on? Is that what's going to happen? Yeah, is that how we're doing things now? Huh? Huh? Is that what you're reacting? You're reacting to movement as well? You mad beast? Hmm? Yeah? Yeah, exactly. Monster. Sorry. I don't know what to do. I can't control it. There's no way to know who's going to react or not. Just get used to hearing the Jamie in the background. Nothing I can do about it. Well, not have the dog in the room, but that's not right. He spends all day with me. He's here. We are pretty much constant companions. So, sorry. In the past, my office was upstairs, so you wouldn't have heard him because he wasn't allowed upstairs. Someone's got the temerity to open and close their car outside, is what's happening. Don't stop growling and grumbling to yourself. No one's impressed. The viewer is not impressed with you. If they saw a picture of you, they'd be even less impressed. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, we're constant companions, so we can't. But now my office is downstairs. He's in here in his special chair. It's my special chair as well, but he sits in it as well. Anyway, so there you go. So that's one where that's a good example, I think, of why wittering, as far as I'm concerned, a good example of why, you know, it's hard to translate things from literature into film. I was going to say another one like that as well. Another example of the old detective agency. Ah, another one. Okay, another old, another dead author. All my favourite authors are dead. It says something about me or my authors. I don't know. Not because they're short-lived. Some of them go on very long and happy lives. But Larry Niven. So Niven, well known as being fairly hard sci-fi, and facts and everything else. In fact, some of his stories have been quite long novels. Have all, again, a major factor has been down to basically a detective agency. Why is this happening? Why is this working in this way? Actually, one of the first novels I'd read by him is Legacy of Herod, which is not a great name for a book. I don't think that interests a lot of people, but that is about a colonisation on a planet and an attack by a monster, by this alien life form that's on there. Not an alien one, it's an animal. It's an animal, not a... well, I guess animal, you could call it alien an animal, but it's not an intelligent life form. It's just the hazard of what's there, but working out why it does it, and then getting halfway through the back book and then killing the monster, and then you realising that's only half the problem. That one, in case you read it, I will not spoil, okay? Go ahead and look up that one. He actually wrote, I think, 3 in that series on the same planet, I think. The first one was still the best one. It was very, very good. But it's not the one I'm thinking about. One of the which one was I thinking about on there? Oh, okay. So before, you know, people come up with things like the Marvel Universe and the rest, this was a common thing that, you know, people would do. They would write several stories within the same universe. Where did I want to put this one? Is it in here? There is one in here, actually. I think I'm still missing at least one more. And one of the universes he writes in, there is a famous character called Louis Wu. So if you've ever heard of Ringworld, so before Halo and all the rest of it and things like that, the idea of Ringworlds and the rest, there's a famous story about a Ringworld. That's from Larry Niven. Anyway, and in the character there's called Louis Wu, who's like a gentleman adventurer, I guess you'd describe him as. He's quite roguish as well, I guess. But he can be quite roguish and get very bored. And there's one in there called A Hole in Space. Is that by? I think that might be by him as well. And there's another one called There Is a Tide as well. And again, all these stories, short stories, are basically puzzles. They're detective type agencies. You're detecting, you're puzzling through what is going wrong. I'm going to get rid of these bugs. I've got loads of these acids left in the room over there. Yeah, you're puzzling through what is going on. And in that one, it's around an alien artifact that he and one other an unknown alien species have discovered at the same time. So the MacGuffin that's there. And what he's looking for is something called stasis boxes, which people are always looking for. Actually. It's the old thing about the ancient civilizations that are now gone, which used to do death and everything else. And one of these races used to leave something called stasis boxes. And a stasis field is a stasis box is a storage that is existing outside time. Okay, so stasis fields, anything inside a stasis field is completely protected and immune to the effects of time and the environment. I never can quite have one go through a black hole, but it can pretty much stand anything else that it could ever go through. And the reason people want these is because this is ancient alien tech, and we all know that sort of idea from stories. You know, what are the precursors left behind? Not for us, but what can we grab that might be valuable? And people are always looking for these stasis boxes, and you never know what's going to be inside. It could be, you know, the secret to faster than light travel. It could be the secret to eternal life. Who knows? Or it could be a bunch of alien sandwiches. It was only important to us, the stasis thing. It was quite common tech to the creators. Anyway, he discovers a stasis field floating around a planet at the same time as another alien species he's never met before, and there's loads in the universe, finds it as well. And it's how he deals with that, how he deals with the alien race, and how he deals with the object. From there, it's a puzzle again, and these are great. And and the more you know about these universes, the more you can try to work out exactly what's going on for yourself. You know, it's a set of rules about how things behave and what's going on. And I think the same thing with Ringworld as well. There's a puzzle going on here. Right, what do we do with this one? There's one out here, I think, isn't there? I hope this is there's only, if you ever play this level, there's only just enough of these medicals. Okay, these medical plugins. I think there might be one in here. That one's come out, but don't ever throw these away or damage them because they're the only ones that are here. Oh, piss. Anyway, well, there you go. Oh, I've got on rambling again, haven't I? Oh, this is what I do. So I ramble about. We're nearly there. We're nearly done. Right, we're finishing up now. I've had enough of this little stinky basement. I'm going to do what I need to do. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of bullet holes left lying around, because not that a bullet hole can lie around. You know what I mean. There's a whole bunch of bullet holes around, primarily because there's some barrels there. I've left some of that middle region, a sort of junction region to the end, because I knew it would be. It was too close to areas that were still very dirty, and I was worried that there would be dynamite in there. So I think we're now clear. So I'm going to laser those. But you know what as well? There's a whole bunch of flares down there and some acid lying around. So we'll probably chuck those in a bucket. There's a bucket. There we go, perfect. Signs, pretty much all filling that space there. There are still some boxes and things in here. So the rule about boxes is, as far as I'm aware, if you don't stack them, then they don't give you any extra points. But if you they don't give you minus points, is what I remember, I think. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone with more Viscera experience than me. Obviously I've got a lot of Viscera experience, but not in a thoughtful kind of way. More intelligence, Viscera intelligence than me would be able to tell you one way or the other. But I've done it. I'm not. After a certain point, it stops being quite so fun. And at that point there, I stopped doing it because there's no point. But there we go. A bunch of acid. Lots of spare acid in this level, which is nice. I've got to check the medical. No, not that. Don't smash that now. You were having a go there, me. My evil side was obviously trying to smash that. My destructive, chaotic side. There is a non-chaotic side, you know. Right, so I'm going to check these. The medical things are all in place, but we'll probably do that at the point of sniffing after I have de-bullet hole. Right, let's finally get to the sniffing and we can discover all the bullet holes or bits of paper that I've missed or goodness knows what else. Part of the problem is also going to be the rooms are so close to each other we don't know which room they're going to be in. Oops. You see how stuffed this room is, by the way, and why I've got no patience to put any more white boxes in there. It's all good so far. Oh! You can come with me, buddy. Lots of brooms lying around. Every time I restart, for some reason I get... You know, you drop your broom after you've left the area. For some reason, I'm getting 2 brooms left. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Is that going to cause a problem? Is that going to cause a burn inside my furnace? I don't know. If there's anything wrong in here, I can't do anything about it. Keep an eye on these. Ah, see? Look at this. Come on. There we go. You are nothing but trouble. There we go. Get out of it. Okay. There's something around here. That one okay? Yeah, that one's okay. Must be a bit of soot. That one's okay. That med's okay. Could be... It might not be here. It might be next door. It's not going really nuts. Like, oops, like a... You know, when you're right on top of a dirt stain. Next door, I presume. Don't be in here. I, 'cause 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 What? If it's oh, there's a bullet hole right there, look. Damn it. Oh, there's a circuit board up there, look. Okay. There could be some other stuff in here, but I really don't know. It'd be hard to spot. We'll try the sniffer again in a minute. There's dirt, I think. It's hard to tell sometimes if these are distant readings or just readings that are very faint. Stop knocking that light over me. Aha! Gotcha. Possibly this. Oh, there's a bit of dirt down here. I didn't want to remove the J-harm, but there you go. I guess I had to do it in the end. I might just leave you laying there. I don't know if you do you get penalty points for not putting your J-harm back properly. We'll wipe at that in a minute, shall we? Maybe it'll accidentally unspring and squash someone against the wall. Knowing the J-harm, possibly. That's entirely possible. Uh-oh, that's not good. I'm trying to look underneath this box. Sometimes if you click the upright button, it'll be happy. I think we're going to have to ignore that. It's going through some sort of phase shift. I don't know. Please let this be the last coffee cup tucked in some random corner. Oh dear. Let's see. I think we're finally done, you know. No, we're not. Here. Oh, you decided to rejoin us in the world of physics, have you, game? That's nice. Right, it was some random splodge of dirt is what it was. Who cares? Right, okay, last one. I'm just going to put this last box, who's just small enough to fit in my category. Well, you not quite. It of you for storage. And we're going to get out of here because it's been enough now. A bit of a slog towards the end. I'm not the best stacking. Raven's going to be ashamed of me, but that's fine. Get out of here. There we go. Oh, mate. What a battle. Much longer than I expected after the first one. Much longer. But that's fine. Still very enjoyable. Employee of the month. I've aged. I think I started off at age 17. I'm now 54. I'm sure we've missed some things. Oh, we're getting that weird thing again. Look at this. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very odd. What do we see up here? Generally impressed, of course. Bullet hole. Yeah, I'm sure a bullet hole was missed somewhere. There were so many in there. I imagine there might have been some in the box where the box storage was, but I couldn't easily detect it. Bullet holes usually shot really clearly, but apparently not. But anyway, thank you to Fourcant for making another brilliant level. I wish that would go away. Though it's my age, and my eyes are starting to go. I don't know. What's this? Another error? Soot stain? No, it's an exemplary performance. Apart from a single bullet hole, apparently. And my score, is it going to be as mad as last time? Yes, apparently. Fourcant, I don't know what's wrong with your rooms, but I don't think that's right. I don't think I should be getting 265% completion. There's some stacking so many boxes. I don't know. What are you looking at, pal? So there you go. Thank you for watching this very long episode, but I will do some more. I don't think I'm going to do Tiny Rooms 3 yet. I'm going to do something else, but I will come back and do something more. Nothing else. And if you're in the mood for if you're in the mood for words in English and more viscera, then check out. Go and see Rampage's channel. She's been doing some uploads. An old video recently, an old video of the bank, uploading that, and I'm sure she's going to do some more in the future. Go and check her stuff out. Go and see Omega TC, because he has been playing through the Mass Effect series on Insanity level, very hard level, whatever it is, top level, hardest level, the most hard level is what he's doing. So go and check that out as well. It'd be great if you could give them some love too, because I love to see you guys here, to know that I'm doing something that's actually of interest to people and they're enjoying it. That's fine. Should we store it over here next to the money? What could be wrong with that? If anyone can explain this as well, this effect that I'm seeing right now, if it's something wrong with me or something wrong with the level, or I think I've only seen it in 4 cans levels. I don't know if it's something wrong with the current viscera. Let me know, because it's a little frustrating. But hopefully you can go and check out the other things I've been doing, including survival and also dismantle. I'll be doing some more of those in the future, interspersed with some delicious slices of viscera. Yum yum. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Have a great holiday as we come up to Christmas, and I shall see you again